Enter the wolf time.
I like bagels. Hello everybody and welcome back to Enter the Wolf Time. I actually made this video last night, but upon reviewing it this morning, I decided to scrap it because it was a big pile of shit. A big pile of steaming Fenris wolf shit. And that shit is nasty! So I decided to redo it for you. Well, anyway, today, what we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at some more Inquisitor stuff. Two models that I've not really shown an awful lot. Well, actually, you probably have seen them lurking in the background of certain videos and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking.
First model I'm going to show you is this guy here. This guy is based off the Witch Hunter Tyrus model. For those of you who don't know who he is, who Witch Hunter Tyrus is, or what the model was originally looking like, I'll put a picture up for you now.
I am Witch Hunter Tyrus. Burn in the Emperor's name.
Okay, so yeah, this is based on the Witch Hunter Tyrus model. The main body of it, so i.e. the legs, the torso, and the arms and the head are all the same, with a few quite drastic alterations on it. The first alteration was I got rid of his shoulder pads here, and I got rid of almost every piece of Imperial iconography. The reason being I wanted him to look like he was like an Inquisitor that has turned to chaos and, stripped himself of all his, Imperial goodliness. I sculpted his hair here out of green stuff. It's purple and pink. I wanted to go for a bit of a retro chaos look, hence he's got like purple skin, purple hair. Got quite cornate armour with the red and the gold. His knee pads here, these had Imperial symbols on, so I took them off. That skull there is from some shield or something, and that skull there is actually off a very, very old Chaos, I think it's a Chaos Knight or something. That was probably in production, that piece, before I was even born. This piece here, this little cloth, this is made out of a green stuff press mould. Now, I'm not going to go into press moulding and stuff just in this video, because in truth, I'm actually working on a green stuff tutorial for you guys. But I'm kind of doing it as I go with models and things, so you guys are going to have to bear with me on that one. It will be up soon. Like I say, I just need to get some more stuff that needs green stuff in. I need to film it. Moving on, he's got his sword here. This sword arm originally had a bolt pistol in it, but I decided, nah, I'd get rid of it and change it up for a bit of a Chaos sword. The sword itself is from the Chaos Demon Prince model, and I think it looks very nice with the Chaos runes and the Chaos writing then. I think it fits fairly well into his hand. I wanted to go for like a Claymore Berserker kind of sword, something that looks like you could wield it in two hands. His Power Fist here, it actually came with a bit of a thumb, but I had to clip off a bit of a blade because I lost the thumb somewhere on the floor. The shield here is made out of the front part of a Chaos bike, basically the middle clipped out and then glued together. The shoulder bit here was actually a real bitch to stick together for the fact that there's like a hole there and a hole there, but it wouldn't go in, so I had to bend it and melt it in the middle here, hence it's covered up with a bit of green stuff hair where I melted it in order to bend it round, and even then it kept popping out. But this part is from one of the Chaos vehicles, Sprue for 40k, I think it was from a Chaos Rhino. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, he's got a bit of a cloth here at the back from Chaos Fantasy Giant. Can't speak today. Warhammer Fantasy Giant. He's got a bit of a shield here from a Chaos Marauder because I wanted to show off the the Chaos Undivided symbol going on the back. That's pretty much it for him. Now my next guy. This is probably one of my best green stuff models to date, and it's so big I'm gonna have to actually shift the camera back a little bit. Here he is. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, why has he made a bear, or a Wookiee, or a mutant koala on steroids?
Mutant koala on steroids!
And in truth, it's not actually that. This is a model I got inspired from by a page almost exactly halfway through in the 3rd edition Warhammer 40k rulebook. And here is the picture itself. Now, this picture is titled Other Dangerous Aliens, and there's a few aliens here that you might recognise. Number one is this fellow here, you might recognise as a Necron. This was way before Necrons were even, in production. Way, way before. You've got a Kroot Warrior, which kind of resembles a Kroot, but not so much, just kind of loosely resembles it. They altered the design of the Kroot with major I don't even know what I'm saying. They altered the design of Groot quite drastically when they were released with the Tau Empire. And in the back, you might see him. Here he is. This is the Clawed Fiend of the Don Orion system now. I don't know, my 40k lore isn't that good, but I think the Don Orion not the Don Orion system, Don Orion sector, but I think that must be somewhere in a cold place, somewhere possibly near Fenris, because he's a big woolly beast with massive claws. You've also got things like this, like the Nocturnal Warrior of Hrud. I'll probably go into these guys on a later episode, when I do an episode on Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer 40k crossovers. You've also got some other cool things like this Amble here, a Torellian dog soldier, and this unknown beastie over here. And that's where I got my inspiration from. If you have the 3rd edition codex, you can actually get quite a lot of inspiration here if you're planning to build Inquisitor models yourself, because obviously these have never been used by Games Workshop before, apart from obviously the Kroot lookalike thing there and the Necron. But yeah, so on with showing the model. The actual basis for this model was, I'm going to have to move the camera further back to fit it in the shot. The basis of this model was actually based on a Warhammer Fantasy Giant with milliput all over it. Now, for those of you who don't know what milliput is an epoxy putty, like green stuff. You mix the two parts together and it hardens over time. It comes in like quite large quantities, much larger than green stuff, but it's a little bit different. Green stuff is meant for sculpting fine detail, milliput is meant for sculpting large areas. It comes like this. Now, before you say it, no, I have not just got a dog turd off the street and put it in a bag, although it does quite look like one. You know, like one of those ones that you see lying on the street for ages and they've gone all white and crusty? It's like, you imagine there's an ass above the camera just... and drop. But yeah, so it comes like that. This is actually a bit old, so I have to end up like hacking most of it apart to get to the good stuff inside. The good stuff inside. Nice. Oh dear, I'm not right in the head. I really am not. But yeah, I will come to, again, when I do my sculpting tutorials and stuff, I will come to the usage of the two types. Well, there's a couple of different types, but those two main types of sculpting putties. But yeah, so, a lot of milliput on the outside. I had to basically get the giant model and then build on the top of it, put layers and layers to make the muscles and make where I wanted the legs and stuff to go, and then sculpt fur over the top of it. You can see it's all fur. And the actual milliput gave a really bobbly, really woolly effect to it, which I was quite happy with. Originally I wanted like a proper smooth, like long skin hair, like a Wookiee, you know, like a Chewbacca from Star Wars. But that didn't go so well because I couldn't afford that amount of green stuff. The claws and things are made out of Tyranid rending claws and scything talons, although he's a bit broken at the moment. A few bits have been knocked off him as he's been dropped and things. The head itself is all sculpted, well, mostly all sculpted. The actual head is a Carnifex head, believe it or not, but it's upside down. Basically, when I was building it, I got really frustrated because I was trying to glue the Carnifex head on the right way. It just wasn't giving me the right shape. So I ripped it off and I threw it and it went poof, bounced off and landed upside down, and I saw it. So I was like, oh, that could be good. If you can see there, you've got Carnifex head. That's his bottom jaw, top jaw, and there's his eye there. His little tongue coming out. But I thought it was quite good because the actual neck of the Carnifex, you know, the underneath part, actually came down and made the bridge of his nose here. And then basically I sculpted this part of the head here, this region. So I sculpted this bridge of the nose up here. I sculpted the eyes, the eye orbits and the eye sockets, whatever you want to call them. The actual nose I sculpted, although it went a bit funny. Sculpted the little ears that we've got here. He's even got little ear holes. And the little whisker things coming off the side of his head. Basically, I'm going to use this guy Inquisitor as some kind of alien monster, and he's quite beasty, so I'm probably going to make him stronger than a Space Marine in-game. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my Inquisitor stuff. I've got a few more models on the back burner, but they're not done yet, so I'll be able to show you those guys in a future episode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on Friday. Okay, see you now. Goodbye.
Oh yeah guys, whilst I've got you as well, I know I keep doing this on every episode recently, but I always think of stuff to say after I've finished doing the main part of the episode. I'd just like to know what you guys think of my new intro piece to my show, the wolf and the TV and stuff like that, because my good friend Mr. JacobGefahre actually made that for me. He's a very, very, very talented graphic designer, and he's always looking to sharpen his skills up and things. So if you guys over there that have your own YouTube channels fancy getting anything done for him, give him a PM. I'll put his linky and the thingamajoo down there. So yeah, hit him up. He'll be more than happy to, I should think.